I didn't expect this, but something big is brewing in Denver. The Broncos may have just found the missing piece to their offense, and they're sitting down to dinner with him right now. We're talking about J.K. Dobbins, folks, and if reports are true, he's in Denver, face to face with Sean Payton. Let's break this all down. Dobbins, the former Baltimore Raven and most recently a Los Angeles Charger, is one of the most dynamic running backs in football when he's healthy. That's the key phrase, when healthy. Injuries have been the biggest roadblock in his career, but the talent, it's undeniable. The explosiveness, it's still there. Last season, even while battling injuries, Dobbins racked up over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. Think about that. That's more than what any Broncos back produced last year, a year where at times even Bo Nix looked like our most reliable runner. That cannot happen again. The Broncos must upgrade the backfield. And while we've added promising names like R.J. Harvey and Audric Estime, there's no denying that a healthy Dobbins brings a level of experience and explosiveness we desperately need. This visit feels familiar. It's the same playbook Sean Payton used when Evan Engram came to town. Payton doesn't just recruit, he sells a vision. He looks players in the eye and says, here's the plan. Are you in or not? And players listen. Because Payton knows how to build a winning culture, and more importantly, how to finish a deal. Now, there's word that Dobbins is coming off an MCL sprain. He played through it, including a tough outing against Houston, where the game script forced the offense to pass more than they wanted. But here's the thing, when Dobbins isn't on the field, his teams feel it. The offense slows, the pressure builds. That's why the Chargers doubled down this offseason, not just signing Najee Harris, but also drafting Omarion Hampton. The writing was on the wall, but in Denver, there's still room for a veteran with Dobbins' fire. And as insider Mike Kliss put it, the Broncos need that veteran presence in the locker room. Let's not forget one of Javonte Williams' most underrated skills was his pass blocking. He was crucial in keeping our quarterbacks upright, especially now with a rookie like Bo Nix stepping into the spotlight. Protecting him isn't optional, it's a mission. J.K. Dobbins might not be the only answer, but if this dinner ends with a signature, it could be a major step toward turning this offense into something dangerous again. Stay tuned, because if this move goes through, the AFC West better start paying attention. Now, let's be clear, pass protection matters, especially when you've got a young quarterback like Bo Nix under center. And that's something we haven't seen yet from R.J. Harvey, and Audric Estime hasn't been tested in that role either. As for Jaleel McLaughlin, pass blocking simply isn't his strength. It's not what he was built for. That's why the potential addition of J.K. Dobbins makes sense. When you go back and watch his tape all the way back to his Ohio State days, it's easy to see the pedigree. Dobbins was never just a back who relied on speed. He had power, burst, and an attitude that screamed, "Give me the ball and get out of the way." He could run around you or run through you. That kind of fire is hard to find. He was a second-round pick for a reason, and when healthy, he's proven he belongs. In Baltimore, under John Harbaugh, he showed flashes of brilliance. Then last year with the Chargers, he reminded everyone just how dangerous he can be. Multiple 100-yard games, moments where he looked like he was about to explode into full form. But that's the catch, injuries. Again, it's the one knock on Dobbins that just won't go away, whether it's the way he runs, the workload he's taken on, or maybe just plain bad luck. He hasn't been able to stay on the field consistently. That's the risk. But heart, grit, mental toughness, he's got it in spades. And right now, this Broncos running back room could use some of that edge. Here's the only hesitation, and it's a fair one. Sean Payton recently admitted that Audric Estime didn't really get a fair shot last year. He simply didn't get the carries. Too many backs were splitting touches, and by the end of the season, Estime was left with an incomplete grade. We never saw the full picture, so the concern is real. If you bring in another back, does that stunt the growth of young guys like Estime, Blake Watson, or Tyler Beatty, who's expected to be healthy this year? And let's not forget Jaleel McLaughlin, still a fan favorite with plenty of upside. But even with all that talent, the position still needs help. It needs juice. It needs someone who can step in, move the chains, and bring a veteran mindset to a group full of potential. Dobbins could be that guy if his body holds up. In 2024, he posted 900 rushing yards for the Chargers despite being limited. Back in Baltimore, he managed 800-yard seasons even while battling injuries. That kind of production under those conditions, it's worth paying attention to, because if J.K. Dobbins walks into that Broncos locker room healthy, this backfield suddenly gets a whole lot more dangerous. Injuries have taken a toll, no question. Back in 2022, J.K. Dobbins was limited to just 8 games and only managed around 500 rushing yards. But when you dig deeper, the advanced metrics tell a bigger story. According to Pro Football Focus, Dobbins consistently graded as one of the league's top backs when healthy. An 83 rating in 2019, 77 in 2018, and 82 in 2020-2017. These aren't flukes. That's elite production over multiple seasons. Still, the question that looms is the same one it's always been. Can he stay healthy? That's where Sean Payton's system could make all the difference. This isn't Los Angeles. Dobbins won't be forced to carry the load here. With a 3-headed backfield already forming, Dobbins would be part of a rotation, not the entire engine. Less wear and tear, more longevity. It's possible he could finally thrive in a system that doesn't ask him to be the every down bell cow. And let's be honest, having a veteran like Dobbins in that running back room, it could raise the standard for everyone, but it also raises a fair concern. Do you risk stunting the growth of your young guys? This roster is hungry. It's full of developing talent. R.J. Harvey, Audric Esteem, Tyler Beatty, Blake Watson, Jaleel McLaughlin, all still fighting for their place. Adding another back could shift touches, slow down progress, and crowd a room that's already loaded with potential. So yes, on paper it's exciting. Dobbins in a Broncos uniform? Sounds electric. In Madden, he's a dream pickup, but looking at the tape from his final 5 games last season, the drop-off was real. He didn't crack 100 rushing yards in any of them. Coming back from injury, the burst wasn't quite the same. The consistency wasn't there. That's a red flag you can't ignore. Still, there's something symbolic about this moment. Imagine if before we added Harvey, someone told you that the Broncos would walk away from free agency with J.K. Dobbins, Dre Greenlaw, Evan Engram, and Talanoa Hufanga. You'd be fired up because those names scream playmaker. But now, it feels like the roster is close to complete. Yes, it's early. We're still in OTAs, training camp is weeks away, but the room is crowded and the decisions are only getting harder. So here we are, waiting. All signs point to a deal being close. Dobbins is in Denver, and if he's sticking around through OTAs, chances are he's not leaving. One more move, one more spark, and maybe, just maybe, this offense becomes something we haven't seen in a long time. Dangerous. Let's talk about the other major move. The Broncos bringing in tight end Caden Prieskorn out of Ole Miss. Now this guy, he flashes on tape. Soft hands, natural in the passing game, and already looks like a fit for a Sean Payton offense. Lining up in the slot, running clean routes, showing good instincts, you can picture it now. A designed play-action rollout, Bo Nix hits Prieskorn down the seam. That's vintage Payton right there. But here's the reality. This tight end room is already loaded. You've already got Evan Engram, a major upgrade and a proven threat. Then there's Lucas Krull, Adam Troutman, and even Caleb Lohner, who the Broncos were excited to snag in the 7th round, beating out interest from teams like the Colts and Patriots. The competition is fierce. It's going to be hard for everyone to make the cut, and a guy like Prieskorn is going to have to fight for his spot in training camp. But one thing's clear, Payton isn't leaving any stone unturned. Every roster spot is being earned, and that brings us back to the big picture, the vision for this offense. Bo Nix isn't just some rookie getting tossed into the fire. He's coming off a season where he threw the 2nd most touchdowns by a rookie quarterback in NFL history and the 6th most overall among all QBs. That's not a fluke. That's not a maybe. That's the foundation of something serious. Payton knows it. While most of the national media is sleeping on Denver, he's quietly building an offense with firepower at every level. He's loading up. Whether the backfield features J.K. Dobbins, Audric Esteem, and R.J. Harvey, or it's Harvey, McLaughlin, and Esteem, the goal is clear. Establish dominance on the ground, open up the play action, and take pressure off the rookie quarterback. And here's the bold truth. If this offense can average 24 points per game, and it absolutely can, this defense is good enough to hold teams under 21. That's a winning formula. That's a playoff formula. Not just hope, not just hype, belief, grounded in what's being built. So Broncos country, buckle up. A new running back might be on the way. A new tight end is ready to compete. And this team, it's not just looking to make noise, it's looking to make a run. We're not dreaming, we're building, and the rest of the league better be paying attention.